This incredible show of unity is easily one of the most powerful images the sports world has seen in recent years.
The entire garage area has rallied around Bubba Wallace and the number 43 today.
Drivers have staged a dramatic show of support for the only top-rated black driver, Bubba Wallace.
The FBI is investigating the discovery of a noose in the garage of NASCAR's only African-American driver.
It comes at a time when the Black Lives Matter movement is front of mind and front page news, and its momentum doesn't appear to be slowing. Bubba Wallace, NASCAR's only black driver at top level, has been instrumental in a move to ban the Confederate flag at Cup Series events. America's first big sporting event to open to fans since the coronavirus pandemic did not come without controversy. A rope resembling a noose was found in Wallace's team garage at the Talladega Superspeedway in Alabama. It prompted this show of solidarity. Drivers and crew from all of the Cup Series teams pushed Wallace's number 43 Chevrolet to the front of the grid before the race.
This is probably the most badass moment right here. It's been tough. It's been hell. Really, I wouldn't say hell. It's just been hectic, you know, carrying his weight and carrying his burden. I wouldn't really say burden either. I'm proud to stand where I'm at and carry a new face. Look at this. First times right here from Atlanta. That is so cool. The sport is changing. The deal that happened yesterday, sorry I'm not wearing my mask, but I wanted to show whoever it was that you're not going to take away my smile, and I'm going to keep on going.
An FBI investigation found that Wallace was not a victim of a hate crime, and that the rope inside his team store was actually a garage pulley and may have been there since October last year. Wallace still isn't convinced.
I was relieved, just like many others, to know that it wasn't targeted towards me. But it's still frustrating to know that, you know, people are always going to test you and always just going to try to debunk you, and that's what I'm trying to wrap my head around now. From you know, saying I'm a fake and all this stuff, and that I reported it when it was news that was brought to me. It was information that was brought to me.
While officials say spectators inside the raceway at last week's race respected NASCAR's decision to ban the Confederate flag outside, it was a completely different story. Dozens of drivers were waving the flag, and so did a plane flying overhead.
It's just our heritage and our Southern way of life, and it makes us happy when we're able to show something that represents us.
As we have stated unequivocally, there is no place for racism in NASCAR. And this act only strengthens our resolve to make the sport open and welcoming to all.
But Confederate flags have long been a feature at NASCAR races, even decorations on the cars. Why? To understand that, we've got to delve into the history and what the flag actually represents. In 1861, 11 southern states broke away from the United States to protect the institution of slavery. They formed the Confederate States of America, leading to a civil war. For many, the symbol of the Confederacy is now the de facto flag of the South and its heritage, but others see it as a symbol of hate and racism and a reminder of a dark time in US history. It's often associated with white supremacy.
White power! White power every day!
NASCAR has its roots in the South and has had a complicated history with race. Only 7 black drivers have competed in the sport's top tier in its 72-year existence. Wendell Scott was the very first in the 60s and 70s.
You know, it was like Picasso, like a great artist doing his work. And he was in that car and he was doing his work. But, you know, he couldn't get the support where other drivers that we were competing against had major sponsorship.
His grandson, Warwick, has applauded NASCAR's plan to ban the Confederate flags.
We're very proud of NASCAR's evolution thus far, the stances they have made with regards to the Confederate flag, the inclusion of the Black Lives Matter movement, and then the wonderful show of support that we all witnessed at Talladega.
All this is happening as many old Confederate symbols, including statues, are being torn down by those protesting against racial injustice. US President Donald Trump has made his feelings on their actions abundantly clear.
We're going to have a very strong executive order, but we already have we have the Monuments Act already, which means 10 years in jail. We've arrested numerous people, as you know, for what took place outside of Washington.
And while Trump talks tough on protesters, many NASCAR drivers and fans are hoping motorsport bosses will come down hard on those threatening to derail the progress being made to open the sport up to everyone. NASCAR racing is one of America's favorite pastimes, but the eyes of the world are now on the sport, watching to see how it navigates its way through these tricky political times.